We're living in a moment when more and more people, including Christians, feel overwhelmed by digital life. We're distracted, exhausted, and spiritually thinner than we want to be. Yet most of us sense that quitting social media entirely isn't a realistic answer. Something deeper is happening beneath the surface, and today I want to show you what's actually threatening Christian community in our digital age, and give you 4 simple biblical habits that you can start practicing immediately to strengthen the relationships God has called you to. So let's walk through 4 digital disciplines that can help you build and protect Christian community in our digital world. Each one builds on the last, and together they form a rhythm of presence. Many believers feel a subtle drift inside themselves. Their minds feel scattered, their conversations feel shallow, and their relationships feel stretched and fragile. Their attention is constantly divided. Notifications pull them out of moments before those moments even begin. None of this feels dramatic, but it slowly erodes the depth that Christian community depends on. Digital life is discipling us more than we realize. You can feel it in the way we skim instead of listen, react instead of reflect, and present instead of reveal. Even when we're physically present, our attention is often only half there. Christian community cannot grow in those conditions. It requires presence, the kind of presence that Jesus modeled for us again and again. A while ago, a talk went viral claiming the solution was to quit social media entirely. It resonated deeply because so many people recognized the tension it described. But the conclusion, though, it really wasn't enough. Scripture doesn't call us to flee the world. It calls us to faithfully be present in it. Christian community is not preserved by withdrawing, but by practicing disciplined presence. So let's begin with the first discipline. Attention is where community begins. Without attention, there can be no presence. And without presence, there can be no depth. But digital life trains us into constant micro interruptions. We're tugged from one moment to the next with barely a breath between them. That isn't just inconvenient, it is spiritually deforming. Romans says that we are transformed by the renewal of our minds. Renewal becomes nearly impossible when our minds are continually fractured. Reclaiming attention means noticing the impulse to check your phone and choosing not to do so. It means letting silence exist without filling it. It means giving someone your eyes and not just your ears. It means allowing a moment to matter without dividing it between a person and a screen. Attention isn't self-improvement technique. It is the first expression of love. When you give someone your attention, you're saying, "You matter. This moment matters." That's the foundation of Christian community. Let this be your first discipline. Choose to be fully present where God has placed you. One of the most corrosive shifts in digital culture is the subtle pressure to perform ourselves rather than offer ourselves. We craft posts, we share opinions, and we present curated slices of our lives. But Christian community isn't built on performance. It's built on the humble, unpolished reality of shared life. Jesus didn't teach his disciples how to manage their public image. He taught them how to love, forgive, and show up for one another. Community grows when we choose personhood over presentation. There will be moments when something meaningful happens, something joyful, painful, confusing, or tender. In these moments, Christian community calls us to move toward people personally, not through a post or a comment thread, but through a phone call or a visit. Sometimes what someone needs most isn't a statement shared publicly, but a presence shared privately. Digital tools can support communication, but they cannot carry the relational weight. When something touches the heart, Christian community invites you to take the embodied path. Let this be your second discipline. Pursue real connection and not public performance. Well, hi, my name is Dwight Shetler, and I serve as president of Ambassadors of Reconciliation, where we help people reconcile according to the Bible. This issue of digital attention has become more and more of a problem for our relationships. If you want to explore how digital life and emerging technologies shape our spiritual rhythms, the blog linked in the description below really dives deeper into that. But this discipline is often the hinge on which our habits turn. Christian community flourishes in set-apart spaces. We have set-apart spaces for worship and prayer. We must also create set-apart spaces for presence, places where the people in front of us are not competing with invisible audiences or digital interruptions. Think about the dinner table, the small group living room, the walk with a friend, the quiet moment in the kitchen, or the pastoral conversation that requires gentleness. These moments become sacred not because of where they happen, but because of the attention and affection invested in them. Even helpful technologies like AI must stay in their proper place. AI can assist with organizing thoughts or preparing communication, but it can never mediate relationships or replace presence. Creating sacred tech-free spaces is a way of saying, you have my whole self right now. And Christian community comes alive in that kind of safety. So let's let this be our third discipline. Treat presence as sacred and build spaces where it can breathe. Digital life encourages speed, fast responses, quick reactions, and instant sharing. But Christian community grows through patience, gentleness, and reflection. Proverbs warns us repeatedly about the dangers of hasty speech because hurry is rarely the friend of love. Slowing down your communication means resisting the impulse to reply instantly. It means allowing space to think, to pray, and to discern your words. It means choosing clarity over speed and understanding over escalation. It means that your words carry the aroma of Christ instead of the pace of the algorithm. Taking time doesn't weaken relationships, it strengthens them. It signals care, intention, and respect. AI can help you articulate thoughts, but it cannot provide the humility or the patience that Christian community needs. Those come from walking closely with Jesus. So let's let this be our fourth discipline. Speak with the pace of Christ, not from the pressure of the feed.